Welcome. This video shows how the JA High School Experience course materials are organized and how you can access everything you need to facilitate a session. To begin, you'll need to log in to JA Connect, the JA learning platform. All the courses can be found under My JA Courses in the Programs menu. For our purposes, let's select the course Entrepreneurial Mindset. This is the course homepage. Whenever you first open a course, you'll come to this screen. All the course materials can be found in the left-hand side navigation. The first Course Overview menu tab is the best place to start when you're teaching a new course. This is where you'll find information to facilitate the course and where you can begin your planning. Select the Course Overview tab to expand the menu and access the materials. This implementation guide is included with all the courses and gives an overview of how they are designed. By selecting the implementation guide title, we can access the material. To open the guide or any other course material from the side menu, just select the play button. The material will either download or open in a new window depending on your browser preferences. This implementation guide explains the course design and the different ways you can use the course materials with students. It explains how the course themes are organized into self-contained sessions that have a flexible design. It also suggests options for sharing or presenting instructional content to students. Now let's look at the other materials in the course overview section. The Planning for Blended Learning Guide provides classroom management suggestions and best practices for using the course materials. The course overview lists the course goals, themes and sessions with corresponding objectives and guiding standards. It provides, at a glance, essential information about the course content. The pacing guide demonstrates how to schedule all the course sessions in either a 90-minute or 45-minute block and includes a recommended sequence of the projects and case studies. And you'll notice, as I select each title, the material information appears in this main area. And if I want to open or download the material, I just have to click the play button. The next menu tab is for volunteer resources and is for teachers and volunteers. A volunteer guide is provided for each theme in the course. The guide has suggestions for how the volunteer can share meaningful insights based on real-world experiences related to the theme content. Rather than asking them to teach the content, volunteers are asked to share examples of how concepts affect them in their personal and professional lives. JA staff, teachers and volunteers should work together to decide how and when the volunteer will be involved with the course. Use this guide to plan for volunteer visits. Volunteers will receive the guides from JA staff, or they will log into the system and download the guides themselves. There is a brief multiple-choice pre-test and post-test for each course that teachers can print and give to students if they wish, and an answer key for teacher use is also provided. The remaining menu items are where you can find the materials for the sessions, projects, and the case study. There are multiple themes in the course. Each theme has 4 sessions of instructional content and a project. As you can see, each of the sessions are numbered, point 1, point 2, point 3, point 4, and the project materials are at the beginning of each theme. If you follow the recommended pacing in the pacing guide, you will work on the instructional content and project for each theme at the same time. Let's look at Session 1 in Theme 1, the role of an entrepreneur. You can see here all the Theme 1, Session 1 course materials. The teacher guide is highlighted in green. It's always the first resource under each tab, and it has all the instructions and information about the other materials for the session. This teacher guide, The Role of an Entrepreneur, will guide you step by step on how to use the on-screen presentation, the online session, the student activity pages, and the quiz. Again, to open the Theme 1 Session 1 teacher guide, select the play button. This guide walks through the session step by step, providing preparatory information, context for the student activities, as well as discussion questions and talking points. In some courses, you will find an on-screen presentation. These PowerPoint slideshows are for you to project onto a classroom widescreen or whiteboard as you lead classroom activities. They are used in conjunction with the teacher guide to enable you to guide students through the lesson. The on-screen presentations are not designed for independent student use. The online session is an interactive activity that teaches the key concepts for the session. You can project the online sessions as you teach, or students can complete them independently. The online learning platform enables students to complete the sessions at any time and on multiple devices, including cell phones. Students can move at their own pace through the interactive content, reading and answering questions, exploring visuals, and assessing their understanding of concepts. Next is the student activity. The student activity pages for the sessions include a note-taking guide, as well as collaborative group work and face-to-face activities. It is recommended that students use the digital version of the student activity file. Students can access the student activity pages directly, or you can download them and share them with your usual file sharing tool or program. If you haven't already, watch the Student Enrollment for Educators video to learn how to enroll students into this learning platform for direct access, or you can always contact your JA area representative for help. There is a brief, multiple choice quiz for each session that teachers can print and give to students, and of course, a corresponding answer key for teacher use. Those are all the course materials for Theme 1, Session 1. If we open Theme 1, Session 2, we'll see the same organisation for the Session 2 materials, starting with the teacher guide. The Theme Title tab includes a theme test that can be printed and given to students. The format of the test is short answer, and an answer key is provided for teachers. There is a project that goes along with each one of the themes in the course. Within each project, there are 3 teacher guides and 3 on-screen presentations, because it's expected that the project will take about 3 class periods. There's also a project checklist, student activity page, and assessment rubrics. Again, the teacher guide is the best place to start when planning for the project. The last menu tab we are going to look at is for the case study. Each course includes a business-based case study where students are introduced to a real-world business issue and then learn how to use a process or a tool to approach the problem and recommend a solution. The case study is a great time to include volunteers who can ground the concepts with real-life experiences. If you follow the recommended pacing in the pacing guide, you will begin the case study after completing the second theme. There is an on-screen presentation, primer for students, scenario documents, and a short multiple choice quiz. Again, the teacher guide is the best place to start when planning for the case study. Finally, as you start exploring the course materials, remember you can pick and choose the themes and the sessions you wish to use, but the menu is organised in the suggested order from the pacing guide, and when you are planning, always start with the teacher guide. Thank you for your interest in the JA High School Experience courses. We look forward to your feedback, and if you need any further assistance, you can always contact your local Junior Achievement staff contact.